There's a lot of cliche life advice out there, and because this advice has been so recycled and regurgitated into media and we see it everywhere, we tend to believe that it's true because, everybody is saying it, so it has to be true. There's this sort of consensus that since it's popular advice, then it has to be right. But is this advice really true? Or is it just widely believed? And that's where I come in, folks. I have decided to poke my nose in the cliche life advice business. And I want to talk about cliche life advice that is probably not that great. Try not to step on any toes here. Trying to be as careful as possible. Oh, forgive my manners. Hi, welcome. I'm Jess. The first cliche advice on my list is, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Okay. It's crazy that it's so widely accepted, and I see why it could be widely accepted. I see the whole point of it. Like, if you love doing what you do, then it won't seem like work to you, but I don't think that's true. This statement just undermines the amount of work it takes to do any job, whether it's your passion or not. For example, I love making YouTube videos. I love editing. I love filming. I don't exactly like scripting, but that's by the way. Generally, I really like making YouTube videos, right? It doesn't mean that it's not work to me. It doesn't stop me from screaming my lungs out by 2 a.m. when I'm editing and my laptop decides to go off on me. Sure, me doing something that I actually like doing makes it easier to deal with the challenges that I may face. If it was something I didn't want to do in the first place, it would be a whole lot more challenging, and I get it. But saying you'd never work a day in your life is a bit of a stretch. You could love what you do, and it could still be a lot of work for you to achieve the certain quality or certain standard that you've set for yourself doing what you love doing. I think it's such a blanket statement to give this fake facade of anyone who loves what they're doing and who has passion for what they're doing is never going to work. They're just going to wake up in the morning and kumbaya, everybody. Come on, now seriously. When you turn something that was meant to be a passion or a hobby into your job, now you have to be more disciplined. Now you have to put structures in place. Now you have to make plans. It's no longer just something you do on the side. Now that's what's putting food on your table. And the dynamics change everything. You can sleep when you're dead. Now, my personal theory, I think that whoever said this just doesn't have joy in their life. Because what did sleep ever do to you? Poor, innocent sleep that was on his own. And it promotes such toxic hustle culture. That's why you have people being workaholics, not taking care of themselves, and then suddenly slumping or fainting at work because they've overexerted their bodies because of things like this. When you're telling people that they can't sleep when they're dead, they don't think they have the right to actually rest because people just think that they are robots. We are human beings, and as human beings, we need to rest. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You're telling people that they have to keep working. They constantly have to stay productive, and if they're not productive, they're wasting their time. And if they think that they deserve rest or they deserve some sort of a break, that means that they are unserious. And what is death if not rest from all the productivity that they should be achieving with their lives? And that, to me, my people, is toxic advice. Now, the next one on my list is keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. Why would I want to keep my enemies close? I get that the general interpretation of this is keep people who may want to harm you or who may not have the best interests at heart for you closer to you so that you can see what they're up to. But, darling, trust me, if somebody doesn't like you, you may not really know what they're up to. What's the point? I really don't subscribe to this. It's a personal opinion. I think you should keep your friends closer. Create a circle of friends that bring positivity in your life. Why do you want to have enemies close? That don't make no sense to me. Sorry. Do what you love and the money will follow. I just feel like this advice is extremely misleading because a lot of people will take this verbatim like, oh, let me go and do what I love and then the money will come. Sister, brother, are you sure? Do you want to do this? Because, you might be disappointed. Not everything that you love or everything that you have a passion for is sustainable enough to bring you any sort of money. So giving blanket advice like this that seems to cover everything but cannot apply the same way to everybody is kind of dangerous, don't you think? Winners never quit. I need to readjust for this one. Now, this is advice I've been hearing since I was a child, and I wholeheartedly believed it until recently when I realized that that's not true. Even the most successful people in this world had things that they had to quit to be successful with what you're seeing them doing right now. We have people who are part of the richest people in the world that dropped out of college. What do you call that? They quit college. They quit because they found purpose in something else. But I feel like that advice should be modified to winners know when to quit. I get the reasoning behind it, to be honest, and it's all about encouraging people to keep going even when they feel like stopping. But the reality of life is that you're not going to succeed at everything that you do, and you're not also going to follow through with every single thing that you do. Sometimes you quitting stuff leads you to what you're actually meant to do, and that is not a bad thing in itself. So when people say winners never quit, I disagree. I just feel that as a person, you should be able to discern when to quit and when not to. And even if you can't discern, I mean, this life thing, nobody has it all figured out. We are all winging it. Thank you for not quitting on me and watching the video all through to this point. I have 2 videos on your screen that you may want to check out. They're really nice videos. I will see you in the next one. Adios.